Be a position I like a lot for a lot of my patients that need to stretch through their shoulders, their mid-back, some of my patients with scoliosis. So I have these wall bars at home. If you don't have these, which you probably don't, top of the refrigerator, pull-up bar in the doorway, anything that brings your hands up high is a good thing. So the refrigerator works pretty well. Now I'm gonna bring my feet pretty close. And if I say that this is maybe the top of the refrigerator, I'm gonna start off letting myself rock back on my heels. And my head will angle a little bit forward. So you'll see I kind of want this straight line here. I don't want to have my butt like this, where this is coming back and then this drops down. So I really want to feel like I'm almost reaching my butt back to touch a target that's behind me as my upper body shifts a little bit forward. Now, if this hurts in the top of the shoulders, ideally I want to try and stay short of that. So if I had an option to go lower, I would come here so that I could maybe find a range, and I might say, if I have shoulder pain here, I would stop just short of that, right? But if it doesn't hurt my shoulders, I want to try and come back into that stretch. Now here I'm going to try and breathe down into my lower rib cage, really trying to expand out to the side. So as I breathe with my hand here, I'm trying to breathe into this hand. You might see my hand move as I inhale and exhale. So those ribs should expand laterally as I inhale and should come in as I exhale. So as I'm in this position, I'm really trying to focus on breathing as deep as I can, making each breath last as long as it can. Now after 2 to 3 breaths, I'm going to begin by pulling my butt in or coming into a posterior pelvic tilt as I bring the weight from my heels to the middle of my feet, even to my toes. And then as I come up, I'm going to come up onto my toes, and I'm going to pull my shoulders down away from my ears. So this is a tricky part for a lot of people, where when they pull down, they think about their back wanting to do this. So I have to make sure my butt is in and my shoulders come down. So this mirror is really nice to have for me here as I teach patients kind of how to do this. And I'll hold this for 3 to 5 seconds. And I'm pulling down pretty hard on this bar, almost like I'm trying to do a pull-up. I tell people like a kid trying to peek over the top of a fence. And then after 5 seconds, same thing, I come down onto flat feet. I come back onto my heels as my upper body kind of sinks a little bit forward, and I go back to my breathing. Now, if what I have is lower, if I do it here, same idea, but because it's lower, to get that stretch, I'm gonna have to bend my knees more, and I'm still reaching my butt behind me. So that same thing, I've got this line of my butt trying to reach back away from me, and you'll see that comes with my feet being pretty close to whatever I'm holding on to. Same 2 to 3 breaths. I'm trying to make sure that when I breathe, that breath is not coming with this hiking up. 2 to 3 breaths, and then the first thing I initiate from here is the same thing. I want to bring my butt in as my legs straighten out, and my weight comes from my heels to the center of my feet. I'm making sure as I even look in the mirror that I'm not left like this, that my hips are underneath me. And then as I come up onto my toes, my shoulders are coming down away from my ears. So I really feel like I'm pulling down into my armpit. I'm really focused on the shoulders coming as far away from my ears as I can. And like I said, the harder I pull, I feel like I'm almost getting ready to lift my feet off the ground. So I could really pull and make this challenging, or if it hurts or is uncomfortable, I can lessen the pull. I just want to make sure I do feel this without me pulling so hard that my shoulders are shooting up towards my ears.